welcome to another episode of the Pancho's Paint Booth. Oh, that was actually pretty good. So, first off, if you haven't already, go down into the corner. I'm going to get this right one of these days. Right hand. Go down into the corner of the screen, hit like and subscribe to Multi-Murdy Media. You will get this playlist, Pancho's Paint Booth. As you're about to see, it's all my models and hobbies and mostly painting and stuff like that. You will also get the Gutsy Ass Gamer playlist. That's video games and Twitch. Right now I got a bunch of videos up for Fallout. I haven't finished yet. That's going to come eventually, but I'm also currently chugging my way through Assassin's Creed Odyssey for the first time with all the DLC, because I haven't done a lot of that yet. And of course you get the video format of the Jankety Ass podcast, which is with me and Tom, my buddy Tom. And that's, well, it's not really about anything. Or, if you'd rather listen, we're on every podcasting platform. And, in addition, check out Multi-Murdy Media on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. So I gotta upload some new ones. And .com. That's my website. You get all the updates to all the things that come. And then, of course, eventually there will be, hopefully, other things as well. So, in the meantime, you'll notice that for this video, I titled it Small Commissions, and I didn't have an actual model or a unit or whatever, like what I'm actually going to be painting. The reason is because I took on a few, smaller commissions. And by smaller, well, not so much small in size, but like in what I'm expected to do. I'm not being asked to make full models. I'm just trying to get some friends' armies up to tournament standard, which is basically just like you need the 3 colors in order to play. It has to count as painted. So that's basically what I'm doing. I'm not even returning a full model. Or a full paint scheme. And it's also not necessarily a scheme that I made myself. I'm going off of somebody else's. And what was I going to say? And then the last point being is that I don't want to use like the same unit name for just such a small commission without having to and then having to use it later. But then also at the same time as I'm doing this so that I just have more stuff for you guys. So this week what I'm working on is a commission for 1 Dark Eldar Raider. As you can see, it's already been spray painted the base color, except for the gun here. I was not given any info as to how they want the guns to be done. And I can also see this is actually cut off and glued on from a different model. So this is actually the gun from the, I'm pretty sure it's from the Void Raven bomber, which is a plane. But yeah, you can see it's not meant to be on there, but it is. So the Raider, this thing's basically just a transport boat. Think like Jabba the Hutt, but smaller. And the idea is it just kind of carries models around, and if they have poison weapons, they can shoot out of it, and it helps. Or they can, jump out and do fun stuff. Usually the latter. So the base is already done. And, let's see, so what I'm going to be doing, actually I'll just go ahead and kind of get into each element as I get into it. So, the first thing that I'm actually going to be doing is the sails here, this flag, and a large part of the steering rudder in the back, which, I mean, obviously doesn't really steer anything, but most of that, except for like this bladed edge towards the bottom, all of that's going to be done black. Pretty easy, pretty simple, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so that part was fairly easy. Next, I'm going to move on to a couple more easy parts. And what that is going to be is, so on these rifles that they have hanging on these weapon racks on either side of the sail, you can kind of see that there's a like an ammo tank on top, and I've been asked to paint that a nice shade of light bright green. Now the color that I was asked to get it closest to in the Citadel line was something similar to Goblin Green, I guess is what he has. And this one is about the closest I have. And he also didn't provide me with his own, so I kind of have to stop the camera from shaking. Let's turn the light on this thing too. But what was I gonna say? Didn't give me like his own one, so I just went with the closest thing. And again, I'm not like being super conformative to anything, but getting as close as I can. And then the other step that I'm actually going to do right now is also he wants a little bit of white on it, and so what I've taken to doing is this piece right here that has a couple of holes, that is meant to, technically it's like a boarding gangplank type of thing, so in order to satisfy this part, I'm basically just going to paint this whole pattern, this chunk right here, white, which this one's going to take a couple coats, so I'll start with the white and then do the green, and we'll go from there. Alright, got the colors done that I said I was going to do. As you can see, this gun came off the rack, so I gotta... But it kind of looks like it was never really put on correctly in the first place. But take a short break while I super glue this thing back on. And we will come back, and there's really only a couple things left, so this will be pretty short. Are you listening to this show and thinking, man, I'd like to start a podcast, but I don't even know where to start? Well, Buzzsprout has the answers for you. Buzzsprout is a podcast hosting service that provides a number of valuable resources to help you on your podcasting career path. For one, Buzzsprout offers indefinite hosting of all your episodes and allows you to host as much material as you want, depending on the type of subscription that you opt for. Buzzsprout also provides a means for getting your show hosted to every major podcasting platforms such as iTunes, Pandora, Spotify, you name it. In addition, Buzzsprout also provides various means to get your show monetized through various sponsorship and affiliate programs, links to other paid hosting platforms such as Patreon and YouTube, and your own personal newsroom to learn all the tips and tricks for optimizing your podcast for the greatest return on your investment. If you're hearing all this and you're still interested, you can go to my link below and receive an Amazon gift card for starting a podcast hosting subscription that you'll receive on the second billing period of your podcast journey. Everyone has something to share, and there's no time like the present. Join Buzzsprout today. Alright, given this thing enough time to dry up, so now we move on to the next step, and that is to do the blades on this thing. So what I'm doing with that is I'm just taking the Iron Breaker Citadel paint that he left me, and that is going to go on the spear tips that are kind of sticking out of the Raider here, the blade on the rudder, and then the ones on the bottom. Oh, and there's also the grill on the engine right here is going to be silver, so pretty easy. It's just the one color. Let's do it. Okay, as you can see, that was pretty easy still so far. Now there's really only one thing left that I've been asked to do, and that is to treat all the all of these edges here on the hull, the plate edges, and then also kind of some of the dips in the masts and stuff here, as well as in the back. And so what I'm going to do is basically just going to go in, take my time, and fill them in clean with Drukhari Nightshade. Let's see if I can choose that a little bit better. Right about there. Drukhari Nightshade. This is a dark blue wash to, contrast against the teal that we have on here, or I guess blue-green or greenish-blue. I don't know. Anyhow, let's go ahead and do it. Alright, and that's pretty much it. There's one little spot that I gotta clean up real quick. So let's just do that right now. I need a little bit more black paint on the sail there, as you can kind of see. So I'll just put out a dab and fill this in the way it's supposed to be. So it didn't quite go down far enough. I think I just got distracted or something like that. But that's what we need. And that is it, my friends. That is our small commission for this Dark Eldar Raider. Just did up some edges and a few main spots. And what's this? Yeah, once again, that's another episode of the Jankety wow, I nearly fucked that up. Pancho's paint booth, as you can see up above. Sub-series, small commissions, the first one. So, once again, well, I already have my plugs at the beginning of this, so stay tuned. At the end here, I've got the addresses, and I got more videos on the way. So keep watching, and thanks for